All right, class. Today I am going to be reading to you from our Junie B. Jones book. And thank you again to Finley for letting us borrow this. You guys know that we are on number 4 of the series. This is Junie B. Jones and some sneaky peeky spying. I am going to start back at the beginning. I know that we're really on chapter 4, but we haven't read it since last Thursday because Mrs. Gray has been helping sub. So I thought maybe we should just start back at the beginning. I kind of forget some of the stuff that happened in the first few chapters. So for this read aloud, I'll be reading chapters 1 and 2. Here we go. Chapter 1, Sneaky Peeky Spying. My name is Junie B. Jones. The B stands for Beatrice, except I don't like Beatrice. I just like B, and that's all. I go to kindergarten. Kindergarten is what comes before first grade, except for I don't know why it's called that silly word of kindergarten, because it should be called 0 grade, I think. My teacher has the name of Mrs. She has another name too, but I just like Mrs., and that's all. Here's the picture. Make sure I'm getting that close enough for you. Mrs. has short brown hair and long skirts of wool, and she smiles a real lot. Except for sometimes when I'm noisy, she claps her loud hands at me. It used to scare me very much, only then I got used to it, and now I don't even pay it any attention. I wish Mrs. lived right next door to me. Then me and her would be neighbors and bestest friends, and also I could spy on her. Spying is when you be very quiet and you look at people through a peeky hole or a crack or something. I'm a very good spyer. That's because I have sneaky feet and my nose doesn't whistle when I breathe. Last Friday morning at Grandpa Miller's house, I hid in the dirty clothes hamper. Then my grandpa came in the bathroom and I lifted up the lid a teeny bit and I peeked my eyes at him. And guess what? Grandpa Miller took his whole teeth right out of his head, that's what. I popped right out of the hamper. Hey, Grandpa, how'd you do that crazy thing? I hollered. Then my grandpa screamed very loud and he runned out of the bathroom speedy quick. Grandpa Miller has high blood pressure, I think. Pretty soon, Mother hurried into the bathroom with angry feet. That's it, she yelled. No more spying. This is the last time I'm telling you. Do you hear me, Missy? Do you? Yes, I said, 'cause you're hollering right in my ear, that's why. Then Mother took me home, except for she kept on staying mad at me. Find something quiet to do, she said kind of growly. Your baby brother has to take his morning nap. So then I thought and thought about what to do. And a very great idea popped into my head. First, I took off my loud shoes. Then I tippy-toed into baby Ollie's room in just my sock feet. And I spied on him through the bars of his crib. Because what could be quieter than sneaky peeky spying, of course. Only too bad for me, because that boring old baby just kept on sleeping and sleeping, and he wasn't being fun. So that's how come I accidentally blowed on his face. And I tickled his nose with a ribbon, and I shouted, "Wake up!" in his ear. And guess what? Ollie opened his eyes, that's what. Then he started crying very loud, and Mother runned into the room. Only she didn't even see me, 'cause I quick hid it in the closet. I smiled to just myself. I'm the bestest spyer in the whole world, I said inside my head. That's how come when I rode the bus to school that day, I did a little bit of bragging. I'm the bestest spyer in the whole world, I said to my bestest friend named Grace. Then I took off my shoes and I showed her my sneaky sock feet. See, I said, see how quiet they are? You can hardly even hear these guys. After that, I breathed in and out for her. And see, my nose doesn't whistle either, I said. That Grace smiled. I'm good at spying too, she said. I patted her. Yeah, only too bad, Grace, but you can't be as good as me 'cause I said it first. That Grace did a mad breath at me. It's called a huffy, I think. I just heard your nose whistle, Grace, I told her. Just then the bus got to school, and me and that Grace raced each other to the playground. Except for she beated me. Only it didn't count 'cause I wasn't really racing. Then we played horses with my other bestest friend named Lucille. Only pretty soon the bell rang, and we all run to room 9 speedy quick. Mrs. was at the door waiting for us. Good afternoon, ladies, she said. Good afternoon, lady, I said back, very polite. Then Mrs. smiled at me. That's because she's the nicest teacher I ever saw. And so I wish me and her were bestest friends. And guess what else? I wish I could hide in her hamper. All right, that was chapter 1. I told you I'd read 2 chapters. Chapter 2 is called Questions. Me and my bestest friend, Lucille, sit at my same table together. My table is where I sit up straight and I do my work. And I don't talk to my neighbor, except I keep on forgetting that part. I wonder where Mrs. lives, I whispered to Lucille real quiet. Shh, said Lucille. We can't talk or else we'll get in trouble. And anyways, you're not allowed to know where she lives because it's a secret. Says who? I asked. Says my brother, that's who, and he's in 3rd grade. And he says teachers have to keep their house a secret or else kids might go there and throw rotten tomatoes. I did a huffy at her. Yeah, only I don't want to throw rotten tomatoes, Lucille, I explained. I just want to hide in her hamper, that's all. I don't care, she said. You're still not allowed, because my brother said so, and he knows more than you do, so there. I made an angry face. So there is not a nice word, Lucille, I said. Then I made a fist at her. Except for Mrs. saw me, so I had to unfold it. After that, I behaved myself very good. I sat up real straight, and I did all my work. Work is when you use your brain and a pencil. Only sometimes I accidentally use the eraser too hard and a big hole rubs in my paper. Hey, I did beautifully today, I called out, because guess what? No hole, that's what. Mrs. came to my table. She put a gold star on my work. You did do beautifully, Junie B, she said. Maybe I'll hang this one on the wall for Grandparents' Day on Monday. Would you like that? Yeah, I said, only I keep on forgetting how come those guys are coming to this place. Then Mrs. explained to me about Grandparents' Day again. She said our grandparents are coming for a visit, and we get to show them room 9, and also we get to have freshmans together. Mrs. said freshmans are cookies and a beverage. How many of you think you can bring cookies on Monday? Asked Mrs. I can! I hollered very excited, because my mother is the bestest cookie baker in the whole world, that's why, except for one time she accidentally forgot they were in the oven and the fireman had to come to our house. Mrs. laughed, only I don't know why, because that was not a funny story. After that, she gave me a note for Mother. It was some writing about baking cookies, I think. If your mother has any questions, please just tell her to call me, said Mrs. Just then, I got a very great idea. Hey, I said, maybe me and Mother can bring the cookies to your house, and so then I can see where you live. Mrs. rumpled my hair. You don't have to come to my house, Junie B. Just bring the cookies to school on Monday morning. I smiled very sweet. Yeah, only I still want to see where you live, I said. Then Mrs. turned around and she walked back to her desk. That's how come I had to follow her. Do you have a rich kind of house or the regular kind of house? I asked her, because I just had the regular kind of house. Except for Mother wants the rich kind, only Daddy says, lots of luck. Mrs. pointed at my chair. That means to sit down, I think. Yeah, only do you have a daddy that lives at your house too? Are there any pictures of him in your wallet? Let's look in there, okay? Do you have a secret compartment in it? Because my Grandpa Miller has one of those things with $50 in it, only don't tell Grandma. Mrs. took my hand, then me and her walked back to my table. Yeah, only guess what I'm wondering now? Now I'm wondering what your bedtime is. Because my bedtime is when the little hand is on the 7 and the big hand is at the 6. Only I hate that dumb, stupid bedtime because I'm not even tired yet, of course. Mrs. put her finger to her lips. That's enough, Junie B, she said. I mean it. I want you to settle down now. Then she went right back to the front of the room and she didn't answer any of my questions. Because guess why? Mrs. is a secret mystery guy. That's why. I'm going to back up and show you one picture. I didn't want to stop because I was in the middle of reading the sentence, but this is when Junie B was talking and talking and talking and her teacher was wanting her to go sit down at her seat. Okay, so that's the end of chapter 2. The next video, I will do chapter 3, which is called Secret Mystery Guy. Hope you guys enjoyed that.